speaking of planning shit and making shit happen, BSD Cliffhanger. Right? Cliffhanger? That's the name,
Cliffhanger.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that shit just dropped. I made sure I had a busy ass day. It was yesterday, I think, that it came out, right? Yeah, yesterday. I had a crazy busy day, but I was like, I'm going to take 20 minutes right now and watch this shit. And it was phenomenal. I mean, shout out to Trent for he filmed and edited it, right?
Yes, he
He
did.
edited it in
I filmed
such
a
a
good
fun
chunk of
way.
it.
Yeah,
I filmed some
everybody gets
extras.
film.
Yeah, Grant UB filmed a bunch of shit. Dutz filmed a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff.
It's a team effort for filming, but then when you're putting it together, I like what Trent did. Like the attention grabbing, like cool drama at the beginning, and then go to the I don't know. The general layout was very entertaining and kind of it builds and then it goes, whoa. I want to know what was the highlight of the trip for you? And actually, before we get into that actual video, tell me about the planning of that, how it all came together, whose idea it was, and how many pieces you had to coordinate. Like getting G. Gwendolyn on the trip. Is that, I don't know, Gaspar Gwendolyn?
Gaspar.
Gaspar, he is so fucking sick on a bike, dude. It's unbelievable. The
Dude,
overcrank he did on that setup is, I was just like, what? So
dude,
good.
with the perpendicular ledge,
Yeah.
dog. He's crazy.
Get out
Yeah,
of
he was telling
town.
us too. He's like, he's on that trip. He's like, I don't know. There's a lot of rails in Denver. Like, I don't really like rails. And we're like, okay. And then he just goes and shuts it down, bro. I was like, all right,
Yes.
Gaspar, like, you keep ripping.
I don't
Uh,
like rails, but I'm very good at them.
yeah, right. I mean, spots are different down in Argentina, man. So,
Yeah.
uh, but yeah, it was sick. So, yeah, kind of like, for a while, like we had the whole American BSD crew, our side of things. And then a lot of the dudes kind of stopped riding as much, like
Yeah,
maybe.
let's touch on
I,
that for a second because BSD is, overseas and here, and from what I understand, it's almost like there were two different things going on. The American side of BSD was kind of slacking, and the European side of BSD maybe not so slacking. I don't know. It's an interesting dichotomy that you guys got going on.
it's a global team. And Maloof was like the first person on the like from America on the squad, so he kind of turned into like the American team manager.
Yeah.
And picked up like a bunch of us, like me, David Grant, fucking oh god, my memory is so bad.
Who else? You guys all came to the Gully House.
My,
I
my
remember.
Joey Mata,
Yeah. Legendary.
Jeff Dowen, little
Jeff Cadger.
Cadger, of course. Um, Chris Brown was on for a little bit.
Yeah. Captain
Um,
Tire Ride.
yeah, I'd say that was the majority of the crew. Fuck,
I'm
man.
sure we're missing somebody and they'll be insulted, but sorry.
I know, fuck, man. Brains all over the place right now,
Yeah.
bro. So yeah, so that was kind of the whole crew, and then like a lot of those dudes like kind of like got different jobs and started doing different things. Not really being as focused on BMX, and eventually it was kind of just like me, and I was just like going on trips, traveling around, and then like I was in Spain, and I was like, all right, fucking met Denim Cox, shit went crazy with Stranger,
Yeah, he was on
like
Stranger, huh?
Adam LZ, I think, got on, and the whole team
Mm-hmm.
decided to quit pretty much because they just didn't agree with that decision.
Yep.
So I was with him, and he was just like, "What do I do, dude? Fuck, I don't know." And I've been hanging out with him. He was like the most helpful guy ever. Like someone's bike would be broken, he would just like get up and fix their shit. Like he was just a solid dude to be around.
Yes.
Frame was broken at the time, so he didn't even have a bike. He was just in Spain ripping young Denim Cox, and I hit up Grant. And I was like, Grant, we got to put this guy on the team. And he's
Hell
like,
yeah.
Are you sure? And I was like, he
More
should
than sure.
fucking team.
Yes.
He is the guy.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're gonna love him. He's the guy.
Yes.
So got Denim on, great success.
Great success. Yeah, I
Fucking
agree.
draft pick of the year, dude. Holy shit.
Yes.
And then eventually, Grant's like, yo, Reed, like, you should try and think about like who else to get on the team, like
Mm-hmm.
who are some more guys. And then it took like a couple of years, honestly, like of like really like, riding on trips, being on the internet. It's hard to find. Like, it's not like we wanted to like go and pick like some like big established dude. Like we're
Right.
trying to
Yeah.
get some like up and coming rippers who like may have not have like the most opportunity right now to travel and rip and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it took a bit, and then we were at Swamp Fest, and we did the gap long jump gap to grind
Mm-hmm.
competition on the Jersey Bear. And Trent Lutzke, dude, fucking Trent Lutzke, fucking Lutzke. God, why can I never remember?
I think it's Lutzke.
Lutzke.
Yeah.
I think it's pronounced Lutzke properly, but I think he goes by Lutzke.
Okay.
Whatever. But yeah, he tried to gap crank arm this shit at like 20 feet, dog. Like,
Wow.
and he landed like 16 feet and he tried it at 20 feet and bodied. And I was like, I was there and I was like, oh man, he's the fucking guy. Oh, before this, we were in Austin and Curly, Jacob Campbell, Curly Maine.
Curly
He's
Bang.
Austin Ripper. So I was hanging out in Austin and I was like, dude, Curly's sick as fuck. He should get hooked up. So we got him a bike.
Dope.
It's like, all right, you should definitely be on the crew.
What's going through your head when you're making these selections? Like you hang out with them, you have to see more than just riding because there's
It's
yeah.
so much more than just riding. You know what I mean? You got to think about how they behave. Like, do people respect them? Do people look up to them? How do they behave? You know, like you don't want just some fucking hungry BMX dude who's just like snaking people, trying to one up people and shit like that. You want a cool motherfucker, you know, like
Yeah.
cool cat who's got good vibes and good energy and like
And not a victim. I think that's one of the biggest things that's such a turn off is just when somebody's like, nothing's my fault. Everything happens to me. And it's just, wah, you know, like they don't take ownership of shit. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, man. That's
just
toxic.
like someone who I look up to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Damn, like I respect how you run your shit. You know, like Curly's got a whole like custom paint shop, man. Like
Dope.
he's like hand paints like old school cars and shit. Like he's got a whole career, like shit. Like damn, dude, like you're solid. Like you're good.
Yes.
You get life. You're doing life proper. You treat people right. You have respect. People respect you. You know, like you're someone who should be repping this brand.
Boom.
So yeah, he was one, and then Denim actually was on a trip with Trent. Like they did that like Swamp Fest video, like in between episode where they drove down from Minnesota.
Yeah.
Him and Yubi on that trip.
Yeah.
And Trent did that gap crank arm, and I was with Curly and Denim, and we all looked at each other and we're like, "This motherfucker's on
This
BSD.
is the guy.
Trent's on
Sick.
BSD, dog. Like,
Fuck yeah.
look, like he's trying a gap crank arm on this thing. Like, you crazy?"
Yeah.
And he just said he was camped with us too that weekend. He had a dope van. Guy with a
Mhm.
cool van, also a benefit, you know.
For real.
Had a cool van, cool guy, fucking great vibes.
Can
Fucking
film, can edit, can
yeah,
ride, good
films,
personality.
edits,
Love
you know.
Trent.
And then we asked him. It was kind of weird because like he was already on Sunday, and like, you know, we talked about it, we're like, dude, like Sunday already kind of has like a whole thing going, and like I was like, I don't think that like because Full Factory, you know, like BSD like sells Sunday shit.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of weird. It's weird to like take someone from another team, and that can get a little bit dicey. People can get upset. So like that was a whole thing of being like, yo, like this is the best for BSD, which is the best for Sunday, like
Yeah.
overall. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
no one's gonna be hurting too bad here. And luckily they were down. Shout out Sunday for that, and all the guys at Full Factory, they were down with that. And so yeah, we got him on a BSD. Fucking, he was super hyped. And then
When is this, do you think? What's the timeline on putting Trent and Yubi on? Maybe 4 years ago? 3 years
Trent
ago?
was the first one. So Trent was only, dude, that was like a year ago.
Oh, no shit. So this is all
Yeah.
very recent. Okay.
This is recent. So yeah, Trent was like a year ago, something like that, maybe a year and a half. So yeah, then Yubi came. We did our Houston trip, the Battle of the Brands trip.
Mm-hmm. That shit was fire.
For Source, and Yubi ended up just pulling up. Trent was like, I need filmer help. Like, I'm supposed to ride in this video. I need filmer help. Yubi can film. So Yubi just like drove his camera bag and just showed up to the house. And I was like, Trent, you didn't tell me this extra guy was coming. Like, I'm planning trips, booking Airbnbs. Like, you gotta fucking tell me. I'm like, Yubi, where are you staying, man? And he's like, oh, I don't know. I was gonna stay with this other guy. He ended up just crashing with us the whole time.
Nice.
Well, within that process, he ended up being the coolest motherfucker ever. Like, super, like, just like understanding of the situation. Like, we're filming like a high intensity challenge video. We got to get these challenges done.
Yep.
And like he would want to ride spots and he would wait till everyone rode and like we were kind of chilling and then he'd like get his little clips here and there. And I was like, this motherfucker's cool. Like,
he knows what's up.
He knows how to handle himself. He can read the room.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was kind of a no-brainer. You know, like I talked with Grant about it and Grant Smith, and he was just like, oh, fuck yeah. Like,
let's go.
You know, sick rider, sick guy.
And he's never not smiling, dude. I love Yubi. It's so contagious too.
Happiest guy ever, dude. Both of them, man. They're fucking just great additions. And so now we got our own little crew. You know what I mean?
For real. The American squad.
And then this unfortunately Curly wasn't able to come. I think he had a knee injury. Also, there's like limited spots on the trip.
Okay.
And I wanted to do a trip with everyone, you know, to kind of like bring it together, bringing bringing her all around to the Cliffhanger video.
Yep.
And then there was the Vans competition, the what was it, off the wall,
The circle.
the Huntington Beach, no, the Huntington Beach
Oh, Waffle Cup.
Waffle Cup. There it is, Vans Waffle Cup. So that contest, and Gaspar got invited to that because Gaspar has Vans. So
Yes.
I was like, all right, I got invited. Gaspar got invited. Denim lives there in California already.
Yeah.
All right, well, all the pieces are kind of there. Like, let's do a fucking trip. And we were gonna do California, and Denim hates filming in California. So he's like, all the spots are blown out. It's boring. Like, no, 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 no. And
Hell yeah.
kept chatting. Eventually, it was like Denver. Like, all right, we're doing Denver.
Denver's
So looked into it.
loaded.
Yeah, and we were all gonna fly there, and then Denim was like, dude, he's like, I gotta bring my dirt bikes. He's like, I'm just gonna drive and meet you guys there. I was like, if you're gonna drive yourself, we'll all just drive with you. I'll fly, fly the crew to California, and we'll just all
Perfect.
rip from there. So rented a truck, got 2 dirt bikes in there, all of our shit. Picked up a Wes
Yeah.
up in
You said
LA.
picked up a West.
Picked up a Wes, dude.
Picked up a West. We love
Crucial
a
part of-
West.
Crucial part of the equation. And then I knew about Moab and like this spot you can ride BMX there. So I was like,
Sick.
dude, I was like, we can hit that along the way. I was like, this is gonna be worth it. Like just going there is gonna be so sick for you guys. Like I've never, I think there's a BMX team did go there back in the day. They just filmed like a couple clips here and there, and I was just
Yeah.
like, we gotta go try and film out there.
You got shredded. What was it like? So in the video, somebody talks about like Denim. I think it was Denim. He's like, I got my motor, whatever the fuck. I got a bike with a motor, and then all these boys are pedaling around it, and there's no water. Was there really no water?
We brought a shitload of water and just drank it all. It was like I tried to get the boys out. Like we got there super late to the Airbnb the night before driving,
Yeah.
and I was like, we got to be up at like 5 in the morning, like 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning. It's gonna be really fucking hot out there. It's rough out there.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
And of course, everyone sleeps in, me included. I was tuckered out from the trip so far. Yeah, I think it was like 12 hours of driving from there, like maybe 6 hours.
It's exhausting.
6 hours.
Travel is tiring. Yeah.
And so then we slept in, and of course we got there for the hottest part of the day. So yeah, we're out there like pretty much all midday, and just I don't know.
What was the most impressive part of being out in the Moab? Like I think just BMX wise, the motocross shit is pretty wild too. But what was your favorite trick that got done out there on the rocks?
Dude, Gaspar, flare, and the down whip.
Yes.
Just Gaspar shot
Beautiful.
there. And he's just like what he'd been to America like I think a couple times. He'd only been to California.
Yeah.
So he's like
What
he's
is
just
this
like,
place?
what the fuck is this? Like we're riding BMX out here, and like
That's
his
so
face,
sick.
he's just like mind blown. So like
I love that.
it was amazing seeing him go out there and really shine. And yeah, we just cruise. I mean, it takes a lot. Like it's mountain bike trails. It's not fucking meant for a brakeless BMX bike. So it's like
Yeah, no
really
shit.
hard to like get around. And like I knew about
Yeah.
all the spots, not all the spots, but a decent amount of them that we went to. We didn't end up making the full loop.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just like looped around, rode some of the shit that I'd ridden there before when I was on a road trip. And yeah, just I don't know, it was sick. It was
Stands
crazy.
out. It was special.
Yeah, it's really special. It's really hard out there. Like, I mean, dude, Denim at one point, it's in the video, and like you can see it, but you don't really see how gnarly this shit is, dude. Like he's like riding the dirt bike on top of this like crack thing, and it's like pretty much straight down. And at the bottom of this is like less angle, but still very angled. And about 15, 20 feet of down more is like a 200-foot, 300-foot death cliff. And he's like up there on the dirt bike, and I'm like, Denim. Like I like stop. I'm like heart drops. I'm like, Denim. Because he's fucking crazy, dude.
He really is crazy.
We'll be at a cliff jumping spot. They'll be like describing where and where not to jump, and he'll just be jumping already, like into the water. And I'm like,
So
Denim,
wild,
you're nuts.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Denim, do not do this. And he's like, meh, meh. I'm like, Denim, do not. Like, I'm like a parent. I'm like, get down from there, Denim. Like, you are scaring me, bro. Like, why are you doing this? And he's just like, it'll be fine, dude. I'm like, please don't do it, dude. I'm like, we're not here to die. Like, if you go off that cliff, like, I mean, if his brakes malfunction, if he put a foot down, he's tumbling off that cliff.
Yes.
Sure. And he just fucking, of course, flawlessly, just goes down, stops casually. He's like, dude, I told you it was chill. And I'm just like, bro, don't ever fucking do that shit again.
Oh man, that's scary. That's classic denim though. You don't, I don't know, you don't get denim Cox clips without that crazy ass mindset, you know?
100%, man. And that shit was sick. Like it's really rough and rugged. Like you can't really tell. Like some of it, some of it is like really smooth, but a lot of it is like cheese grater,
Yeah.
gnarly. Like if you crash at all, you could get stitches.
Cut
You know?
up. Yeah.
And luckily no one really crashed too bad. Like people jumped off and
Because if that's like one of the first things of the trip, that could suck, you know, if one of you guys got hurt. So
yeah.
then we only got 15 minutes left before you got to go. So let's talk about the fucking riding section in Denver. You guys destroyed it. Let's talk about, if I had to pick one thing to talk about, it would be the situation with the ledge that Denim grinded and
Chumbawamba.
Tumblewumba.
Chumbawamba.
Tell me about it.
So, well, a Chumbawamba is, I get knocked down and
Yeah,
I
but
get
I
up
get up
again.
again.
So
Yeah.
Chumbawamba.
Yeah.
I named ledges that do that or rails, is they're called Chumbawambas. So
Nice.
if you have
Chumbawumbas.
a Chumbawamba in your town, go grind that shit for me, please.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, we were driving to another spot and I saw that shit out of the corner of my eye. I was like, oh, look at that Chumbawamba. And I was like, we got to go back to that thing. And like, we like ended up like going there and Denim was hyped on it. And I was like, all right, bro, like fucking dude, like do it. Like you got it, like it's insane. It's like an 18 stair Chumbawamba, like it's deadly. It's
Yeah.
absolutely deadly. Like where he had to hop on with his backpack. I mean, he had like half an inch of tire clearance because the rail would go down and then the
Yeah.
ledge would start, so like the rail's right there. I mean, you get bucked off and you die for sure.
Yeah.
And the other wall is right there,
Right.
So yeah, he gives her a couple of goes, eats shit a couple times. I'm filming at the top. I'm just like, all right, you got it, you got it. And all of a sudden, like, I'm like looking out and someone in the street, like Dust is like, he's like, oh, like, Reed, we gotta go. And I was just like, oh yeah. I was like, oh fuck. I was like, all right, Dan, I'm like, let's get out of here. I think cops are coming. And like I start walking and they're like, no, the cops are here.
Ooh.
And like the dudes inside this shop, like they were watching us on the cameras and like called the cops as soon as we showed up and waited for the cops to get there.
Ooh.
And then walked out. So
kind
like
of smart business
yeah,
owners.
we had nowhere to go, dude. I was like, oh fuck, this is a bad one. And the ledge was fucked up for sure. Like it was definitely chunked up. I mean, it was a fucking no one's walking down that staircase. Apparently, the city made them build that staircase for like no good reason, and they made the shop
like
pay for it.
code shit. Yeah.
But it was a brand new staircase. Like they just got done with it, so that's why he was extra pissed.
Yeah.
And they were just not going to let us get away without paying for it, or like at least like he wasn't even going to deal with us at all. He was like, this is a police thing. I don't even want to talk to you guys. You're dealing with the cops. That's damage to property. That's fucking, it was going to be like $10,000-$20,000.
Sheesh.
To like redo the whole stair set, like to
Yeah.
pay the company to do it.
Who's handling the conversation with the cops?
Me and fucking Trent, and like Denim's kind of like sitting back, and I was like, dude, we can make spots beautiful, man. I was like, we do spot restoration. Like we fucking, I was like, bro, I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is really bad. I've been in some sticky ones with like business owners and shit. And like, where you're like, all right, I'll come back and paint the damn rail. I'll make it better. If you're that pissed, whatever. But this one I was like, no, he's pissed and this could be like really bad. So I just went into fucking bag mode, just like, please, like, yo, man, like we're here all week. We're not bad people. We do this for a living. I was like, we're gonna let us at least try. I was like, I like he is Denim Cox. If anyone is like the best construction worker ever, like
for real,
anyone is gonna make this spot look just like it was, it's gonna be him. Like he builds mini skate parks and shit out of cement. Like
yes,
surely he'll be able to patch a couple holes.
Dude, the clips of him carrying the cement is just being, dude, Denim is such a special human being. I love it. And then the montage of like squirting water and rubbing the bricks, and then it turned out brand new. Was I feel like the owner was impressed. He was like,
dude, the owner
what
after,
Denim did here is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I don't want anybody else coming back.
Yeah, no, he was stoked, man. He ended up being really cool. He was talking to me. He's like, he ended up actually coming out and like scraping the fucking ledge.
Yeah,
himself.
he was helping.
Like, it took like 3 hours, 2 or 3 hours, something like that. But
Nice.
we worked our ass off. We had to like rub brick all the black off and like patch all the holes. And yeah, he ended up just being like, he was like, dude, he's like, when you get, he was really sensible. The place was, oh, I don't want to air out the place, but he was a very Christian guy, and he's like,
Yeah.
man, he's like, when I was younger, I figured when I get older, like I'd like change. He's like, man, like I'm older, like I'm still young, like the young person inside. Like I understand why you guys did this. I understand the appeal. I get it, and it's cool. But like, like I
There
don't
is the other side of it. Yeah.
yeah, here's the other side of it is like this shit sucks. Like I paid all this money for this ledge, and the people who built the ledge fucked it up. Like the ledge itself was made out of fucking like shitty like foam.
Yeah.
Like he hired a shitty contractor,
Yeah.
which also he was kind of like fuck.
Yeah.
But like yeah, we ended up sending him a BSD hat for Christmas, dog.
Nice. Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, dude. He was yeah, I'm actually in Denver now. I should go stop by and just be like, hey man.
Totally, dude. Get a picture with him at the
Yeah.
spot. Reached the end of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed that clip. If you want to support me and the podcast, just subscribe and share the show with your friends. The full episode is in the description. So if you haven't, go check that out. It's also available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and wherever you listen to podcasts. And the goal is just to grow. So if you could share the show with your BMX homies, that'd be dope. Anybody that you know that is a BMX nerd and would enjoy this podcast, do me that favor and we'll keep all these clips coming and one episode every week. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.